Thank you to everyone, and I want to say that I love you all very, very much.
We love you, Scott!
Arizona educator and border activist Scott Warren speaking last week after a federal court jury in Tucson refused to convict him on charges of illegally helping border crossers evade the Border Patrol. Warren was accused of providing food, water, and clean clothes to undocumented immigrants in southern Arizona. The question now, will Arizona's new federal prosecutor, recently appointed by President Trump, refile the charges? Scott Warren was part of a migrant group. He could have faced 20 years in prison. U.S. Attorney Michael Bailey, who didn't file the original charges, says he'll make a decision on a retrial before a hearing scheduled for July 2nd. Laurie Roberts, what should Michael Bailey and his prosecutor team be weighing as he decides whether to go for round two?
I think that he should probably be weighing whether a volunteer abiding by his conscience and going out and providing food and water and temporary shelter, a place out in the shade for a few days to a couple of Central American migrants, is really the kind of harboring that we want to go after. Donald Trump's most ardent supporters would say, absolutely, lock him up. 8 out of 12 jurors said, nah, we don't think so.
And I think that is, whatever you think about the law, I think the most important fact here is 8 jurors voted to acquit, and they put the best case forward, and only 4 of the 12 thought that he was guilty. And I think that is going to be the biggest thing that Mike Bailey, who everyone will tell you is much more thoughtful person, who was really made for this job. I think that's going to be the thing that will weigh on him most.
In federal court, you need a unanimous
yes, you do.
jury.
They need 12.
They don't need all 12.
Yeah, I mean, the Trump administration is the one who set the tone for this. In 2017, then U.S. Attorney
Jeff Sessions. Jeff Sessions, the AG at the time.
Jeff Sessions is the one who put out a decree saying, we want our U.S. prosecutors to make harboring a priority. And so it was out of that you began to see more and more problems between these volunteer groups like No More Deaths. It's a Christian group that goes out and puts water jugs in the desert and does things like that. They do not transport immigrants and things like that, but they do have a staging area which is where they were providing some respite for these 2 migrants who showed up there. Whether you're going to go after them or whether you're going to go after the coyotes and the people who are doing this for profit.
Okay, so given Sessions' order, given Bailey's a Trump appointee, does that just put enough pressure on him to move forward?
Well, but no prosecutor wants to lose, and a high-profile case. The Russell Pierce wing of the GOP has really wanted these people prosecuted. They got it, but they lost. The jury isn't going to, especially a Tucson jury, isn't going to.
Okay, so you say Bailey won't go ahead.
I agree.
Laurie, will you go ahead?
I don't think he'll go after, no.
Okay, time for your last, final, fearless prediction of the morning. Laurie Roberts, lead us off.
My prediction is, with APS getting all of the wonderful publicity they've had of late, you will see yet another move in a change toward the makeup of the Arizona Corporation Commission next November, and following that, you will see a push for deregulation to give customers a choice.
A choice on which power company they can use.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, and in that vein, I think there will be 3 women for the first time since they went to 5-person corporation commission back in 2002. There will be 3 women. Leah Marquez Pearson, who was recently appointed by Governor Doug Ducey, Sandra Kennedy, and Kim Owens.
Kim Owens, a Republican activist who's talking about running.
So I think Leah Marquez Pearson will run for election. Retention, whatever you want to call it, and Kim Owens. So I think 3 women.
There'll be a few other people running.
Well, no, but I think those are my.
You think that's the way it goes?
You already got the winner, huh?
I already got the winner.
It's called the prediction. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Barrett Marson, Laurie Roberts. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.